there and welcome to today's Pilates Circuits at home. Hope you're all well and you're ready to go. Just make sure that you have got your trainers on, that you have a mat, that you have water near you if you're looking for a drink, towel, in case it gets a little bit hot and sweaty. Okay, so we are going to run through some Pilates exercises. Just try to make sure that you keep your Pilates principles, your good alignment, your breathing, your connection even. And anytime that you feel that you're losing that, the quality and precision and control of your move is gone, take it down a level. I will give some modifications throughout, or just rest out completely. Once you've rested out, come back in longer, stronger, ready to go. Okay, so let's get started with a warm-up. Soles of the feet flat down onto the floor, spread the toes in your trainers, feel the tripods on the soles of feet anchor as you push your feet down, zip up through the pelvic floor, hug belly button back towards the spine, slide up behind the rib cage. Square off your Pilates box, shoulder blades gliding down, crown of the head nice and tall. So we have our frame, we have our bones and our scaffolding in place. And just start to roll the shoulders, circle those arms, open across the chest. Keeping the breath flowing, make sure we're not holding our breath, and then reverse, opposite direction. Circling them round. And then taking our right arm tall to the ceiling, taking hold of our right wrist with our left hand. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, we're using that left hand to encourage a little deeper stretch into that lateral bend. So we're opening through the side of the ribs and through the waist, but also through the side of the spine. And then bring it tall back into center. Lengthen the left arm, take hold of the left wrist with our right hand, and then reach it up and lengthen it over. So we lengthen through our elbow, through our wrist, and through our fingers. And then bring it all the way back up and rest it down. Draw the shoulders down towards the base of the spine. Take the feet just a little wider. It's going to take a nice little rotation, pressing the pelvis forward, tailbone back. Circling, so we have a big crane on the end of our tailbone and make big circles with that crane, and then reverse those circles as we come forward, open them through the fronts of the hips. Good. And then bring it back into center. Feet just a little bit closer in again to hip distance, a little bend into the knees, small little circles, as though you're drawing circles with your knees now, and we're just warming up those knees, knee joints and the ankles and the feet. And just bring awareness to all those areas, reverse in the opposite direction. Perfect. And then bring it all the way back up. Take a little step towards the back of the mat. So we're just going to step out into our lunge. We're going to rotate over that front leg, bring it back into center, step it back. Other side, step it forward. Rotate over the front leg, bring it to center, stand back up. So again, a little bit of weight bearing, a little challenge of our balance, getting everything fired, so our body awareness and our balance system is firing, stepping, rotating, center, press it back. Stepping, rotating, center, press it back. Step, little rotate, bring it center, and press it back. Perfect. The rolls with our circles with our wrist one way, little circles with our wrist the other way, and we are ready to go. Okay, so I'll go through the first exercise before we get the timer going. So the first one, straightforward jumping jacks. We're standing nice and tall, everything pressed into center, into our midline, and then we open it out, press back in. Okay, so stay nice and light onto the feet, try not to flood down. As you come back into center, think about connecting, stabilizing, strengthening. Okay, we have our 30 seconds on and 15 seconds off. We're going to have a buzzer, tells us we have 10 seconds to get ourselves into our starting position. So we are going in 5. Ready to go, nice and tall, lengthen, connect, stabilize, off we go. You can take these as fast or as slow as you wish. Use those arms like levers and press into the side of the body, reaching tall and press, press, press. As you press into center, drop through that pelvic floor, draw the belly button towards the spine, stay nice and strong, nice and stable through the Pilates box. Make sure the breath keeps coming in and flowing back out, not holding our breath, not holding any tension. We are nearly there. Stay with it if you can. Perfect. Okay, so the next one, we're going to take it down onto the floor. We're going to take it to our oblique taps. You can keep your feet, legs at tabletop, and you can reach and tap from there, or extend them, round yourself forward, and then we're going to reach and tap towards one foot, then the other. Get a little bit of rotation through the waist. Try and keep the legs as still and stable as you can. As I said, if you need to, take the legs down to tabletop or even put the feet down onto the floor. And from there you can just reach and tap to the outside of the knees or legs to tabletop, make it a little bit harder, or stay with extended as you reach and tap. So we've dissociated the lower and upper part of the body. Perfect, taking it down. So this time, pop your feet down onto the floor. We're going to stay down on our backs for our shoulder bridge. Feet hip distance apart, toes pointing forward. Peel yourself up, open through the fronts of the hips, wrap the corset. We're going to sink and press. Sink and press. Off we go. Sink, press back up. Sink, press, sink, press, sink, press. So really squeeze through the back of the legs and glutes. Open through the fronts of the hips. Wrap the rib cage together. Long through the back of the neck. As fast or as slow as you wish. Squeeze and release and squeeze. Draw back down. Keep that breath coming in. Exhale, letting go of the breath. We are nearly there. Squeeze. Really open through the fronts of the hips. Add feet through the backs of the legs and the glutes. Perfect. This time we're taking it down onto our stomach. A little bit extension into our spine. You can choose just upper. You can choose just lower. Or we're going to add them together. We're going to hover and release. Squeeze, hover and release. Float up, hover and release. Lift and hover and release. Draw that belly button towards the spine. As you come up, try to lift the chest. Try to create space under the thighs. Keep that length through the back of the neck. We lift and squeeze and release. Lift and squeeze and release. Rest whenever you need to. Take it to just upper or just lower if you need to. Perfect. When you're ready, bring yourself back up into standing. We're going to take it to a squat pulse. So our spine nice and long. We're going to squat it down and we're just going to hold it there. Make sure we have our legs from top of the head to the tailbone. The shoulders are glided down. We zipped up through the pelvic floor. We've hugged the rib cage and we're just pulsing. You can take a little lower if you can, if you wish. Take a little higher if you want to make it a little bit easier. Take the hands down if you want to take the shoulder stability part out and make it a little bit easier again. So again, keep making sure we're drawn up to that pelvic floor. We're not bearing our weight down. We're hugging a waist away from the waistband of the trousers. Softening through the shoulders. We are nearly there. Perfect. When you're ready, take it back down to the mat. This time we've got double leg, lower and lift. So we're going to take two legs nice and tall. Head can stay down as we lower the legs down and then draw the legs back up. Or make it harder, round yourself forward. As the legs go away, we're trying to open through the fronts of the hips. As we exhale, we're drawing the thigh bone up. So the spine stays still and stable. It's just the thigh bone that moves, lowers and lifts. Hip to rib position, staying exactly the same. Inhale to lower. Exhale, press them together, scoop them back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press together, scoop back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, scoop and lift. And taking it down. Perfect. When you're ready, we're taking it back up. This time we are on our jump squat. So you can stay with just a squat and a press, or you can add the jump in. We squat and we jump, okay? So squatting down, pressing back up. Sit that bum right back as though we're sitting down into a chair. Power all the way tall. Push the floor away with the feet. Use the arms to power. Like levers, lengthen them. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Anytime you need to, take it back. Just squatting and pulsing. Squatting, pressing. Or again, take it nice and tall. We're nearly there. 3 more seconds. Perfect. Well done. Back down onto the mat, finishing with our double leg stretch. So pelvis is into neutral. Two legs to tabletop. Head can stay down as we open the body out. Draw back in or round it forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to center. Inhale, open. Exhale to center. Reach away. Draw back in. Inhale and exhale. Keep those legs super glued together. As the legs go away, we're not opening through the front of the hips. We are opening through the front of the hips. We're trying not to tilt that pelvis. Keep that connection, belly button drawn towards the spine. Perfect. Well done. Bring yourself back up. And we're going to get the timer change for our next one. So next one's going to be 2 exercises. Each exercise is on for 20 seconds, 10-second rest, and then back on with the next one, okay? So our timer has gone down from 30 seconds working out to 20. And our rest has gone down from 15 to 10, okay? So I will show you the 2 exercises. Grab yourself a drink. Take a moment to recover if you need to. Well, I show you these. So 2 exercises that we're going to do. They're similar in what the movements in our body are. We're just weight bearing and loading gravity just a little bit differently, okay? So first one is just a running on the spot. So again, we're looking for the spine to stay nice and tall. We don't want the spine to round down to close off that Pilates box. We're looking for the spine to stay tall, but the thigh bones to come up towards the spine. Use your arms to power. Think about nice and length. So length from crown of head to tailbone. Think about our position, not letting that scaffolding collapse down. Same movement, but this time we're going to take it down onto our hands into our plank position. The thigh bones are coming towards the spine is staying still. So we're on our hill climbers. We're drawing one leg in, lengthen back, and making sure as we draw that thigh bone as close to the body as we can, the other leg lengthens back as far as we can. So that's our slow, or you can take it faster. Okay? In both exercises, you're looking for that Pilates box and the spine to stay nice and stable. So all these muscles are trying to stabilize and support us, okay? So once again, we have got 10 seconds to get ourselves into position. Drop to the pelvic floor, wrap the corset square of that Pilates box nice and tall. We are ready to go. So, as fast or as slow as you wish. Making sure that as we are doing our running on the spot, the shoulders are stacked over our hips. We haven't rounded it down and collapsed. We're not dropping that position. We're staying nice and tall. The rib cage is lifted out of the pelvis. We're open across the chest and the collarbone. Perfect. Ready to take it down to the floor. We have our hill climbers. Find your wrist underneath your shoulders, stack and load it. Find your body nice and low. Bums nice and low. Stepping it in, thigh bone in towards the chest, or making it that little bit faster. Nice breath in, and nice breath back out. Lift that chest and sternum. Try not let the body collapse down to the floor. Stabilize the pelvis, stabilize the spine. Perfect. When you're ready, grab a drink in between if you need to. Bring yourself back up and standing. That's round 1. We're ready for our running on the spot again. In 2, in 1, off we go. So, think about the crown of the head reaching tall. Think about the shoulder blades sliding down towards the base of the spine. Hug that waist and away from the waistband of the trousers. Zip up through the pelvic floor. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Down onto the mat again. Hill climbers. If you need to, rest it, take a longer break. If you can, we're going to 2, in 1, off we go. So, length from crown of the head to the tailbone. As that leg reaches back, making sure we use full length and range to the leg. Reaching the heel all the way to the end of the mat. Draw the breath in wide and full. Blow the breath away. Perfect. That is round 2. So we have one more round. So, square off that Pilates box, connect, lengthen, stabilize. We're looking for nice and symmetry through the Pilates box. We're not shifting one side or the other. We're tall, we're open. Use those arms to power, to lengthen. They're like levers. But we stabilize that Pilates box as we move the arms and the legs. Last one off this set, okay? 20 seconds, then you get a rest. Find your position, off we go. If you can, pick that pace up a little bit more. Keep the arms nice and low. Keep the core connected. Power and lengthen those legs away. We're on our last 5. And we are done. Well done. Grab your drink again. Pause the timer for a second. We're going to stay with the same timing, but we're going to take it to a little core session, okay? So when you're ready, I'm going to take you down onto your back again. 3 exercises this time, 2 rounds. First one's going to be our single leg stretch. So we're going to bring ourselves up, we're going to take hold of our right knee, hug that right leg in, send that left leg away. Head can stay down if you wish. If you can though, round it forward. As you hug that leg in, we're just going to give a little extra squeeze and hold before we change. And squeeze and hold and change. Squeeze and hold and change. Second one, our heels are going to be down onto the floor, our feet are flat down, toes pointing forward. You're going to knock the chin towards the chest, round yourself forward, and it's little heel taps. So make sure that when we're doing our heel taps, that we're not just shifting our shoulders. It's a shortening and a lengthening. So we shorten one side as we lengthen through the other, and vice versa. So it's working into the waist and into obliques, and not just our shoulders, giving a little shuffle. Our last one for this is our Russian twist. So we sit nice and tall on the sit bones. You're going to scoop it back into your C curve, and imagine you're holding a ball. Our gaze is going to stay with that ball as we go to one side, then the other. Okay? If you want to make this a little harder, you're going to float the legs up off the floor, super glue them together. Whether the legs are down or whether the legs are up, they're going to stay stationary. So we're not going to let the legs drift as we go from side to side. We've dissociated the upper and the lower part of the body. Okay? So 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. You have 10 seconds to find yourself into your start position for your single leg stretch. Legs up, run forward if you wish. We're going to 2 and 1. Squeeze and pause and squeeze. Lengthen, pause, squeeze. One leg reaching away, the other leg draws in and squeeze a little higher. Squeeze a little higher. Stay with it. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. We have 3 and 2 and 1. Perfect. Feet down, feet hip distance apart, toes forward. Knock the chin towards the chest, round it forward, ready to go. Pelvis stays nice and neutral. Off we go. Heel taps. Shortening and lengthening. Shoulder blades just gliding off the floor. Once again, we stabilize the lower part of the body. We're mobilizing the upper part of the body, so there's no shift from the pelvis down. We are nearly there. 3 seconds. Last 2. Last 1. Perfect. Rest it down. Hug the knees in a second. Bring yourself back up. Choose your feet down or choose your legs up. We're going to round away into a small little C curve. Take that imaginary ball, and again, our gaze follows our hands. Get that rotation and retain. Inhaling and exhaling. Staying as still through that lower part of the body as you can, relaxing through the shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Back down to our single leg stretch, taking it down onto our mat. Find that length and space in our spine, pelvis into neutral, floating our legs up, round forward, squeeze, reach and squeeze. Pilates box nice and still, nice and square. Full length and range through that leg. Drum that thigh bone in just a little closer as we squeeze and pause, squeeze and pause, squeeze and pause. Perfect. Rest the 2 feet down. Heels, we're reaching for them, take them a little further away if you want to make it a little harder. Pelvis neutral, not chin towards chest, round it forward again. Little taps, tapping one side, then the other. Gaze is along the horizon, shoulders are relaxed, drawn down away from the ears. Thinking that shorten through the waist as we lengthen through the other side, stability through the pelvis, through the legs. And we are done. Last one. This is the very last exercise on this little core drill. Legs down or legs up. Round your body away from our thighs. Stabilize the lower part as we switch it over. Again, as fast or as slow as you wish. But follow your eyes with the hands and that imaginary ball that you are holding. Work into the waist. Relax the shoulders. Our last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect, well done. We will change the timer once more. You grab yourself a drink, get your breath back, take a little stretch out if you need to, and then we are ready for our 2-minute plank challenge. So for our plank challenge today, 30 seconds on, this time no rest in between. We go straight from one plank to the next. So our plank for today, we're going to start at the back of our mat and we're going to start with our bear crawl. So we're going to crawl to the front of the mat, crawl to the back of the mat, okay? So we're starting off bear crawls. Forward, bear crawl back. Okay, the next one, we're going to hold it in our hover knee position and we're going to take off one limb at a time as we kick our heels towards our sit bones. Our next one, we're going to step it back and step it back in. Lengthen it back and lengthen back in. And our very last one, we're in our plank position. We're taking it to our shoulder taps. Okay, so whatever you need to, take it to a stationary plank, a stationary hover plank. Take it down onto your forearms if you need to. Take it to half knees if you need to. Choose a level where you can maintain nice alignment in the spine, nice neutral pelvis, nice strong through the upper body, pushing the chest and the sternum away, nice length through the back of the neck, okay? We have our 10 seconds to get yourself into your starting position for our bear crawls. We're in hover knee position to start with. Wrap the corset, crawl it to the front, crawl it to the back. Shoulders are nice and level. Back of the pelvis is nice and level. Staying long through the spine, making sure we keep breathing. Keep moving if you can. Stabilize it if you need to. Stay still. And then we are ready on the next bell, hover knee, heel kick. Kicking the heels towards the glutes. Level through the pelvis. We're nice and even through the two sides of the body. We've pushed the floor away, we've lifted the chest and the sternum. We're hugging the belly button towards the spine. We've drawn the rib cage together underneath the body. We are nearly there on this one. After this one, we're sending the legs along. Off we go. One leg, other leg. One leg in, other leg in. Send it long, glide it in. Send it long, glide it in. Still and stable through the pelvis. Keep strong through those arms. Keep pushing the floor away. Full length and length. Glide it in, glide it in. Push away, glide it in, glide it in. Well, last 5 seconds. Then we're going to our plank with the shoulder taps. Lengthen, lengthen, tapping our shoulders. Only 30 seconds to go. Nice breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Strong through the core, strong through the torso. As we shift one limb, one arm, hand comes off the mat. Rest of the body has to register, has to stabilize. 5 seconds. Last 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Well done. From there, thumb back down onto heels, settle down as we walk our hands out. Take a nice big breath in as you exhale. Sit bone sinks down onto heels. Body rests down onto thighs. And body rests down into the mat. When you're ready, walk your hands to the outside of the mat. Send your opposite sit bone over your heel. And then bring it all the way back into center. Other side. Nice inhale as you exhale. Opposite sit bone sinking down over the heel. And then bring it back into center. Walk the hands all the way back up and give a couple of little rolls with the shoulders. Slide the shoulders down towards the base of the spine. Perfect. When you're ready, tuck the toes under. Bring it back to the soles of the feet like we did at the start. We're just going to send the tailbone tall to the ceiling. And then sink it down. One more. Send the tailbone tall. And then skip the abdominals, roll and stack the spine, bringing it all the way up into standing. Give a few little rolls with the shoulders, glide the shoulders down towards the base of the spine. Then we're going to take our right leg and we're going to take hold of our laces. So we're looking to squeeze the legs together. As you squeeze the legs together, squeeze and activate through the glutes and open through the fronts of our hips. If you need to, stand beside a wall, pop your hand onto the wall. Otherwise, just standing. And as you press forward, really open through the fronts of the hips. The same leg that we are holding, we're going to let go, we're going to send it forward and take a little squat down. Draw the toes back towards you, sit your bum and your hips back as though you're sitting into a chair. Take the hands onto the bent leg, not onto the straight one, so we don't want to put any extra pressure onto our knee. And just holding it there. Lift the chest and sternum, make sure we're not rounding it. We've got lifted, we've opened, created space for that breath and that recovery. And then bring it all the way back up, ready for the other side. So taking hold of the laces, bring the thighs together, zip up through the pelvic floor, squeeze through the back of the legs and the glutes, open through the fronts of our hips again. And again, hands can be wherever works for you, on a wall, head to side, onto your hip. Stretching through the fronts of our thighs there. And then we're going to take that same leg, we're going to send that leg forward, we're going to squat down, sit our bum right back as we're sitting down into a chair, lengthen from crown of head to tailbone, draw the toes back towards you to stretch through the back of the legs, hands onto the bent leg, just to stabilize. And then bringing it all the way back up. A couple of circles with our arms. And then we're going to take our right hand, fingertips reaching down towards the base of the spine. Opposite hand on the elbow and just get that nice stretch. Stretching through the triceps, but keeping the Pilates box nice and open, crown of the head nice and tall. And then that same arm, cross it over the body, holding below or above the elbow, not on the elbow itself. Let the shoulders glide down. Perfect, and then the other side, left hand, reach it up, bend the elbow, other hand, taking hold of it, just gently pressing that elbow just to encourage that stretch. Keep the breath coming nice and wide and full into the sides of the body. And then last one with the arm, crossing it over. So I hope you're all getting on okay, felt that was fine. Any feedback, always welcome. Always try there's other plank challenges as well that feel free to try them in between each of the circuits classes that are out each week, just to build up strength and stability and body awareness and balance. Okay, from there, just little rolls with our circles with the wrist one way, circles with the wrist the other way. And then we're just going to take a nice big stretch and then sinking it down. Draw the breath in, fill it nice and wide and full. Exhale out, one last breath in. And you're done, well done. Thank you so much for joining again. We hope to see you again soon. Take care.